right, travel crew. Welcome to the Shifting Spires. The air here hums with unseen energy, making my hair stand on end. These towering, crystalline structures aren't just rocks. They're alive, constantly reconfiguring themselves. Wind howls through the spires, carrying a sharp, metallic tang, mixed with something like burnt sugar. Every step is a gamble on this fractured ground. See those glowing markers, half buried? Those belong to others who didn't make it. My incredible assistant, Nobi, is already giving us critical intel. His fur bristles along his spine, not from fear, but from the low-frequency resonance pulsing through the ground. That tells me the gravitational flux is spiking right there, crew. A master chef reads the environment with every sense. I'm mapping the energy currents, tracking subtle shifts in atmospheric density. This curse might blind my taste, but it sharpens every other sense to a razor's edge. It pushes me into places where the very ground tries to swallow you whole. All for that one perfect recipe. The legend says the pulse gravity beam, hidden deep within these spires, can reset a broken palate. Tell me, crew, what's the first thing you notice about this wild place? All right, travel crew, we're diving deeper into the Shifting Spires, and the air itself feels like a living thing. My hair isn't just standing on end anymore. It's practically dancing with the static charge. Just ahead, I spot a figure, weathered and wise, tending a flickering fire near a precarious ledge. "Hold it there, young chef," a voice rasps, belonging to Old Man Kale, whose eyes gleam like polished obsidian. These spires ain't just rock, they breathe a gravity grit that'll pull you under if you ain't careful. I lean in, my nose flaring, and there it is, a fine, almost imperceptible dust in the air, smelling like crushed meteorites and ozone, exactly as Kale described. "And the echo quakes?" I ask, my voice steady. Kale nods slowly, pointing a gnarled finger. "They'll rattle your bones and scramble your thoughts, boy. Hear that low thrum? That's the spires groaning before they shift." My ears, already hyper-tuned by the curse, pick up a deep, resonant hum, a sound that vibrates through my very teeth, making my vision blur for a split second. It's not just a sound, it's a physical pressure, a wave of disorientation that makes my stomach lurch. The curse isn't just taste blindness, it's turning me into a living sensor, painfully aware of every environmental tremor. This place demands absolute focus, crew, or it will claim you. Tell me, how do you prepare for a world that actively tries to disorient you? All right, travel crew, the echo quakes led us right to it. We've found a sheltered alcove tucked from the main spire currents. The air here isn't just humming, it's a thick, viscous presence pressing my skin. Nobi's fur vibrates intensely, emitting a low thrum I feel in my teeth. And there it is, crew, the legendary pulse gravity beam. It's a cluster of iridescent pods pulsing with faint internal luminescence that bends light. I lean in, my nose flaring, catching a scent like concentrated starlight and crushed ozone. A slight shift in my weight, a mere breath, and the pods subtly adjust their positions. This is the gravity grit Old Man Kale warned us about, made manifest. My vision blurs again, not from sound, but from the sheer weight of the air around this ingredient. Nobi's low thrum intensifies into a distinct, painful resonance, confirming escalating pressure. This bean isn't just cursed, it's a living gravitational anomaly. It's clear why locals avoid this spot. One wrong move could trigger a localized collapse. Tell me, travel crew, how do you approach a recipe that can literally pull you apart? All right, travel crew, this is it, the moment of truth for the pulse gravity beam. My senses are screaming, but my focus is absolute. The air here is a thick, syrupy pressure, making every breath a conscious effort. Nobi's entire body is a low, guttural thrum, a living barometer of this intense energy. I extend my reinforced culinary tongs, designed for volatile ingredients. My goal? A clean, precise acquisition of a single iridescent pod. The tongs approach. The bean cluster pulses with an angry internal glow. A sudden, unseen force shoves the tongs away with concussive power. My vision blurs again from the sheer spatial distortion warping the air. The ground beneath me heaves, trying to dislodge my footing. Nobi lets out a sharp, resonant shriek, his fur bristling like static electricity. The bean actively repels my touch, defending itself with raw gravitational force. My tongs vibrate violently, almost tearing from my grip. This isn't just a harvest, it's a battle against a living gravitational anomaly. The curse intensifies, making my head swim with a disorienting pull. Direct acquisition is off the table, crew. This bean has a mind of its own. How do we harvest an ingredient that literally pushes back? All right, travel crew, direct acquisition is out, but a master chef never gives up. My senses are already mapping a new strategy. The air here isn't just thick. It has a gravitational shimmer that makes dust motes dance erratically. The towering spires around us groan with the shifting forces, a deep, resonant sound that vibrates through my boots. I'm switching to my long, heat-tempered culinary probe, designed for delicate, volatile ingredients. I won't grab. I'll listen to the bean's pulse. I observe its angry internal glow, noting the rhythm of its concussive shoves. There's a brief ebb in the repulsion, a microsecond of calm, after each powerful pulse. My plan is to flick a single bean into my collection net during that precise window. Old Man Theron, with his weathered face and long braided beard, shouts from a precarious ledge above. The spires don't give up their secrets easy, boy. You gotta listen to the pull. As I prepare my move, the disorienting pull from the curse intensifies, making my vision swim and my balance waver. I brace myself against a spire, feeling its resonant hum through my arm, grounding me. This bean is a living puzzle, and I'm about to solve its gravitational code. Did you hear Old Man Theron, crew? What do you think he means by listen to the pull? All right, travel crew, this isn't just an extraction. It's a delicate ballet with a cosmic ingredient. The air around me now carries a sharp mineral scent, like crushed quartz, mixed with the bean's own sweet metallic tang. I watch the pulse gravity bean, its internal glow flaring with each concussive shove, waiting for that microsecond of calm. My heat-tempered probe flicks, a blur of motion, and the bean sails into my collection net. Old Man Theron, his braided beard swaying, shouts, "You got it, boy. Now hold it tight." The bean pulses wildly within the net, a miniature star trying to escape, making the fine mesh hum against my gloved hand. I quickly wrap it in layers of thick fibrous leaves I gathered, their natural resilience absorbing the bean's erratic shoves. Then, I bind it tightly with braided twine, crisscrossing the layers to distribute the outward force. Each knot I tie feels like I'm wrestling a living current, the curse's pull intensifying, making my fingers ache with a phantom strain. My vision blurs at the edges, but I focus on the tactile resistance, the tension of the twine. Just as the final knot cinches, a deep, resonant groan echoes from the spires, and the ground beneath us shudders violently. The air thickens, pressing in, and the mineral scent intensifies, almost burning my nostrils. This containment is exhausting. Crew, every muscle in my arm screams from the counterpressure. Did you feel that tremor, crew? What do you think the spires are trying to tell us? All right, travel crew, the spires are actively rearranging my path. This isn't walking. It's a constant dance to keep the pulse gravity bean from tearing free. The air smells like hot stone, raw energy, acrid. Nobi's fur bristles with stag, his low hum pinpointing where ground will buckle. I feel the bean inside its leaf wrapping, pushing and pulling. a tiny, furious heart. My gloved hands adjust the twine, counteracting its erratic shoves, aligning its rhythm with shifting winds. A master chef reads unseen currents, even when they're trying to throw you off a cliff. Suddenly, a spire section above us cracks like shattering ice. A small, wide-eyed creature is trapped on a crumbling ledge. I lunge, catching the scamp as rock gives way. The bean bucks violently, its outward force nearly ripping my arm. My vision flickers, the world tilting as the curse drains my strength. Muscles scream from phantom weight. This exhaustion is a new level, crew. The world feels like it's trying to pull me under. How do we keep this bean from tearing us apart before we even get it to the kitchen? All right, travel crew, we saved the scamp, but now the pulse gravity bean demands its due. We're at a temporary hearth, the air thick with wood smoke and raw apprehension. Hunched figures watch, eyes wide with terror, calling this the unmaking place. I'm using this ancient, heavy mortar, its stone resisting the bean's erratic pulls. My gloved hands grip the pestle, feeling the bean thrumming, a deep, resonant vibration. I'm carefully applying heat from a low-burning ember, coaxing its inner energies. The bean's surface is now warm, releasing a faint, sweet earthy aroma like caramelized roots. Every downward stroke feels like lifting a mountain, the curse amplifying the phantom weight. My vision blurs at the edges, firelight stretching and shrinking with each pulse. A wizened elder, eyes like polished obsidian, points a trembling finger. He mutters, "The hungry heart, it unmakes all." This isn't just processing, crew. It's a constant battle for control. The bean's erratic shifts are fighting my every move, trying to tear free. How do we keep this ingredient stable enough to become a cure, not a catastrophe? All right, travel crew, the moment of truth is here. My gloved fingers, still steady, lift a small dab of the restoration bean paste. Nobi's fur along his spine suddenly ripples, a low, resonant thrumming vibrating through his body. He's sensing the raw power, crew, the very heart of this ingredient. The paste, a deep, shimmering violet, holds a faint, sweet, earthy aroma, now tinged with a sharp mineral tang. This is it, the culmination of every risk, every impossible ingredient. I bring the paste to my lips, feeling a strange, anticipatory warmth. The instant it touches my tongue, a shockwave of sensation explodes through me. It's not just flavor, crew. It's a vibrant, living presence, a deep, resonant hum that vibrates through my entire skull. My vision blurs, the firelight at the hearth stretching into long, wavering streaks. The ground beneath me begins to pulse, a slow, powerful throb that mirrors a new, overwhelming rhythm in my chest. My own heartbeat, crew, is now syncing with the planet's core itself. The hunched figures around the hearth recoil, their wide eyes reflecting sheer terror as the ground shudders. A nearby creature, a six-legged burrower, screeches, its chitinous shell vibrating violently before it dives into the earth. The curse, my old companion, roars back, a searing pain lancing through my head, trying to tear this new sensation away. But I hold on, crew, anchoring myself to this incredible, terrifying pulse. The air itself seems to thicken, heavy with the planet's ancient breath. This isn't just a taste, it's a direct connection, a living conduit. How do we harness this raw, planetary power without being consumed by it? All right, travel crew, we made it through. The planetary pulse has receded, leaving the shifting spires quiet, almost mournful. My own heartbeat still echoes that deep, resonant thrum, a constant reminder of the power we just tapped. Nobi's fur, usually bristling with energy, now lies flat, but his tail twitches, sensing the lingering energy signature in the air. He's telling me the ground is settling, crew. But the world has changed. The searing pain from the curse has faded, replaced by a dull ache, a constant pressure behind my eyes. This new sensation, this taste of the planet's core, is still overwhelming. A vibrant hum that vibrates through my entire being. It's not just a flavor, it's a direct conduit, a living connection to the very earth. I leave a small glowing crystal, a warning marker for the hunched figures who witnessed this raw power. They need to understand the price of such ingredients. My body feels heavier, more grounded, as if the planet itself has anchored me. My senses are sharper, the air now carrying the faint metallic scent of deep earth, not just the spires. This curse demands a high price, but it also grants incredible strength, crew. Nobi nudges my hand, his low hum now a steady, reassuring vibration. He's ready, and so am I. The next portal, I sense, will demand even more from us. How do we master a taste that is also a living, breathing force?